at the loans we have. Although I do think that we're looking at a slightly higher interest rate now than the loans that we took out at the beginning. Oh, you can see on the right there where we churned up the dirt because of the weather. And even turning onto the field. Well, I guess the cultivator is hiding the gouges that we made as we were going up the hill, but approaching that line, I think the field was still suffering from water at this end. We seem to be doing a little bit better. I think the hill gets shallower as we go across as well. So New Holland T6, I was kind of hoping for a case at that size, but you know, we haven't traditionally been New Holland heavy on any of our Saturday series, so having one would not be bad. We can add a front loader to it if we feel the need. I would probably buy a 1500 kilo weight for it, just so it has something to balance out the spreader if we decide to go that way. And it has the crop sensor, so it's a good small tractor for doing fertilization work, because it's already set up for that. Doesn't have a front loader. I've got two tractors with front loaders at the moment, so I can juggle the fleet around to fill that gap as and when needed. 175 horsepower. It's not going to be as good as the Valtra on hills. Oh, the Deutz Series 8's gone off sale, so someone bought that. Would have been nice to have that, but again, that was way too much expensiveness. But it does meet the sort of the complement to the Valtra requirement that I've got. Do I want 4 tractors right now? I don't know. That's sort of where I'm sitting at the moment. Do I want a slightly bigger tractor that can haul better, so I can do field work with it, and leave the Valtra as is, just primarily for the mowing? Or do I want a tractor to split the difference between the Valtra and the Kubota, and to do some of the more heavy work that the Kubota is struggling with, like windrowing, like spreading with the 1500 kilo weight, all of those things. Oh, what's broken? The weight. That's going to be $20 to fix. Don't think it's going to be too big of a problem for us. Are we finished yet? Come on, we must be done already. And a little bit of time in cab. I have no idea what these panels mean. Obviously, the thing on the window support, roof support, is giving us all the speed and numbers that I can't make out because I don't have the what is it? The thing that does more dots. And we are finished. Good. Lift that up. We'll fold it up. It is folding. We can turn GPS off, and I will drive down to the bottom. And we'll claim to complete the contract and get paid. Getting paid's good. I like getting paid. I do a job, I get paid, everybody's happy. Okay, collect. So, cultivating done. Potentially, those three fields now could come up with seeding or something. There are 7 ploughing contracts. I do not have a plough. There are 4 liming contracts. I would, frankly, I'm at the point now with liming that I just want a bigger spreader before I even think about that. Contract back. Yeah, back. Okay, so we got paid. We've got 14,000 in the bank. Actually, I do want to check on money. Where's loans is the bank thing, that thing. So we're currently paying for 5,200. The loan interest is 3.5. Current loan interest is 3.6. So if I borrowed, say, 150 and paid the 80,000 off, the payment would be a little bit more than doubled because the interest rate's 0.1 higher. But it would still leave me with only 2 loans running. There are no contracts I can do for right now. So I think we'll take the Valtra back to the farm and we'll do some in-cab driving, because why not? I think this thing needs a clean. That much is obvious. We'll drop the Kubota's weight. I got 14,000 money. What was it? 75,000 for the T6. The problem is the age on it. It will need to be repaired because it's used, and okay, that was a deer. It looked like a velociraptor when it first appeared in the headlights because it was not on the ground. Now I should take the next left, and that should take me directly to our farm. Yes, so as I was saying, it's going to be older, so it's going to need to be repaired more frequently. But if I use the Kubota when I can use the Kubota, and use the T6 when it would be better to use it, I could probably get away with most things like that. I think we don't need to be lit up. No, we need to be lit up like a Christmas tree. I guess. It is a nice tractor though. I do like that one. I do wish we had the S though. That was the base 300 horsepower to about 350. I think the reason that, and part of the reason for that is a lot of the mower equipment, the one at the front and the butterfly at the back, there are 1 or 2 models that this tractor can run with, but not all of them, and the S can run with all of them. So that's kind of the issue there. We'll drop that weight there. So it's just in the right place for the Kubota to grab, and I will drive this over here, and now we'll get out of the cab. unfold it. So this equipment, you can't put it down if it's not unfolded. So I need some good wide sheds for these, the seeder and the cultivator. What's the other thing? Oh, that's the grass subsoiler. So we can drop that. Disconnect it. So that's all done. What else do I need on this tractor? I think I'm good on this tractor. It will probably need to be fixed. However, it's the seeder. That's the cart. I think for now, I will haul silage with it when the silage is time to sell. When the silage it's time to sell. That's good English. But for right now, we're not doing it. It'll need filled up with diesel as well. But I can eke out as much use as possible before I fix it. That's done. This one, I'm going to get the Kubota and we'll put the weight on the back. Oh, I should have put the safety weight on the front of the Valtra. I don't put the weight on the front of the Valtra when I'm doing compacting silage, because it tends to ground out the tractor and you get stuck. Okay, lower that. Not so that we lift the wheels off the ground. Turn that off. Okay, so that's all done too. I need to fix the weight because, hey, why not? Atco 1500, 25 bucks. Did I say 20 bucks to fix? That's good. Okay, so that really is all the work for November 3. We'll check the price of stuff that we have. So price fluctuation, 340 is the maximum. And it's currently close to, that would be, it's kind of, why don't I just sell it if I had whole crop silage? Bottom is 270s. So we're within, 10 bucks of the best selling price for that, and well over 50 above. If there was a Dewberry, a good demand, I'd do that. Anyway, we have maize silage and grass silage. Maize silage, $2.90-ish. Best price, actually we're about 10 bucks short on that one. And then grass silage, we are $3.06, $2.98. We're within 5 bucks at the bale market. So I could start shipping some of that out. What is the time? The time is 11:30, or I could just call it now. So I think, do I want the T6? Decisions. Do I want a Mack truck? No, because it's not British. Or it's not European. This I could consider, but not. So that's 50,000, half price. And then if we put the engine upgrade on it, that's another 25,000. What blinked? Go case. Case is good. Actually, I'm not sure. I try, as I said, I don't generally show much brand loyalty, but I do like to vary things out. If I haven't played John Deere in a while, I'll select John Deere. If I haven't done Massey in a while, I'll do a Massey. I haven't done Valtra since what was it, Oakfield Farm, so Valtra's eligible this time. I think I did have a class on the last series, so I probably skipped that. I had a Deutz for the longest time on the last series. McCormick I haven't used. T7, Kubota I haven't used any, so using a Kubota, that one does 200 horsepower, that's kind of good. Case I just neglect looking for it, so it's sort of a tractor series. Oh, see, that was, if I wasn't buying a T6, if I didn't buy a T6, I would consider one of those, or maybe a Lamborghini, because Jeremy Clarkson likes Lamborghinis. 258 horsepower. It really depends how big you want to be. I do like the class. That JCB doesn't have four-wheel steering. Class with tracks, John Deere with tracks. See, this is 374 to 435, big tractors. My favourite is, I think it's at the end here, this one, the AGCO 1000, because you can have that in Fendt, Challenger, Gens, and back to Fendt. That yellow kind of looks a bit, yeah. I don't get the option of Challenger yellow, which is a shame. But and the cab's not. The back. Oh, there you go. Design colour would need to be Fendt yellow. There you go. That's better. But yeah, that's a weird. Kind of a weird yellow when you look at let's find the actual Challengers. That's a kind of a deeper yellow. I do like the Challenger yellow. I used the AGCO 1000 on I think I used it on Oakfield Farm in Challenger colours. Great tractor. Starts at 396 horsepower, goes all the way up to 500 if you need it. Yeah, one of the reasons I have a Kubota tractor on this farm today is because I've got the DLC and I haven't used it. So I figured, I've got it, I might as well use it. I probably only have the one, but I've got it, so I'll use it. Tractors I tend to avoid are that one, just because it's an incredible all-round tractor. You put 150 horsepower, you can put all the wheels on it. Narrow twins, is that? Narrow twins at the back, you can put a front loader on it, you can put all the things on it, and when you've got all the things on it, what am I missing? I've got front loader. Yeah, it's less than 100,000 for a 150 horsepower tractor. That is awesome, with all the bells and whistles. A lot of the others, you won't have a front 3-point, or you won't have the option of a front loader, or you don't have the option of narrow tyres, or things like that. And that is a good solid starting tractor. The other one I usually go for, or I usually avoid as well, is this one, because I've always used it as a starting tractor. It's a lot more pricey, but 200 horsepower, you can have all of the things. I can have reverse driving on it now, but I can have a front loader and just all of the things. And that for 150,000, 200 horsepower, short wheelbase, so it's very agile. I don't use them because I used it in Farm Sim 19 and 17 as a starting tractor on some of my private series, and I'm just not going there anymore. The Class 600 has replaced it, 145 to 205, 145 to 201, and comes with pretty much the same options except the reverse drive. But I have said, yeah, I'll use the Class Arian 600 because I haven't used it yet, not because I'm particularly averse to using it. Maybe something like that, 100 horsepower. Flat tractor is a little bit underpowered. You've got, that's the M6 that I have on this playthrough, and then there's a lot of case mods. It's a Class Arian 500, which doesn't quite have the horsepower. Farmer 300. But yeah, I use the other stuff. So where I won't use the Favorit 500, if I've got, I think the Favorit 800 is a large tractor, if I have it selected. Oh, I've got the 900. Love this one. This one comes with 165 to 260. Don't need forestry superstructure. You can put a 3-point on the front. You can put front loader on it, which for a large tractor, that's quite substantial. And one of the things with that is, because I can put a front loader on it, I don't need a weight on the back. This thing is so freaking heavy that it can pick up almost everything, but it's 260,000 for a 260 horsepower tractor. But I do like that mod. And there is a Fendt Favorit 800, I don't think it mod, that doesn't have front loader options. But it's also dependent on how big your farm is. If you've got a big farm, you're going to want bigger equipment. If you've got a small farm, 200 horsepower is probably going to be perfectly adequate. And then, obviously, if you're playing an Oxygen David, I need to be able to turn around on a dime. You're going to need very short wheelbase tractors, which means you might be using a lot of weights to offset what you're hitching to it. Or you're using a Lindner. I mean, there's another option. You've got, where is it? Fendt. Do I not have? Yeah, Lindner. The Lindner Lintrack 130 is a little bit better than the old Farm Sim 17 Lintrack 70, which was barely 100 horsepower. So this has a little bit more horsepower. It does have the option of a front loader. I don't know that you get. Oh, you do get narrow tyres on it these days. But the big selling point on this one is four-wheel steering. So if you've got a horribly tight yard, this is now actually a good tractor. The 70 wasn't quite so good because it was a little underpowered and it didn't have all of the tyre options, so you couldn't do narrow tyres or what have you. There's also the option of, I did not add the Rigitrax to this game save by the looks of it. That's interesting. What do I have mods back here? So I've got the Kubotas here. Yeah, I don't have the Rigitrax. Rigitrax are also four-wheel steering, but again, they're a little bit long wheelbase. Not as many good tyre options on them. You know what? I'm going to do some construction because we need to construct things. Decoration. Yeah. Trees. What's that? Large American elm. I don't think I want one of those. Hickory. Small birch would be good. Large birch would be good. What's that? That's a medium oak. Large oak. willow. We don't have any rivers around here, so that wouldn't work. Pine trees, no. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There's too many trees. I can't plant a tree in my front yard. Bush, shrub. I want trees. I want a tree. I'm going to have to chop down some trees. That was actually a plan. So going forward, some of these trees are going to go. I'm going to probably have to lease a chipper and just chip them up because they're not really good logging trees. I don't think you make a lot of money from chipping, but they're just a pain in the butt. They keep getting in the way. But anyway, right now, I think it's coming up to midday, but I think we might call it a day. I'll probably sell a little bit of silage today. If I sell a little bit of silage, I'll sell enough to buy that T6, I think. I think that's where we go into this. Because, like I said, I don't play with New Holland very frequently, unless Arthur's doing a co-op farm, and then I might. It's only 19.5 hours. It's only 27 months. It's not significantly old when you compare it to... that's already 15.5 hours, and probably about 4 months, 3 months. And the other one is 27 hours and 3 months. And what else do we have engines in? This thing is 1.5 hours and 1 month. And we bought that new as well. So yeah, we've already got the hours on the tractors that we have. So the T6 would be similar to the age of the tractors we're already running. So I don't have a problem with that. And like I said, I'll use the Kubota when I can because it's the cheapest one to fix. But it sounds like people are waking up. So as I said, we'll be back on Saturday. We'll probably have kids in the house, so it might be a little bit loud. But we'll see what we're doing. If I can sell off all the silage before Saturday, if I'm not doing other things, then we can get into spring and do spring stuff. And continue our test of our grass field and see if we've got enough time to mow it, collect it, and plant some corn in there. We'll have to buy a corn planter. I think for now it is a nice November morning, quite crisp, 10 degrees. Did we have rain in the forecast? I don't know. We certainly didn't have any contracts that looked any good. Oh, it's going to be not a bad day. November 4 is going to be similar, and then we're expecting snow forever more. Winter is coming. We're going to be driving in the snow if we sell the silage in January. For the one of 10 bucks. We'll see. Anyway, I wish you all a good... what is it? It's Labor Day. And yeah, have fun. We'll be back next week. But for now, I'm out of here.